What is up, y'all? With Terrifier 3 approaching us this year in October, I want to talk about what we can expect with Terrifier 3. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So to get into this, we know that we're getting Terrifier 3 this October. We know that it's going to be a Christmas slasher, and we heard a lot of things about Damien, giving us teases with Terrifier 3. We've seen some behind-the-scenes shots, with Art the Clown. Saw one where he looks very sinister, especially around his eyes and stuff like that. He looks very clean. And then we just got another photo with him with a box cutter. And it seems like he's going to be like in an attic or something like that from his, background. Like he has a box cutter and everything. And I think Damien said something on Twitter basically saying, is he going to cut open boxes or is it going to just be like a bloody mess? We all know with Art the Clown how that's going to go. And, Damien also teases with, if we like When a Stranger Calls and Scream, that we're going to actually love the opening for Terrifier 3. Now, when he said that was very interesting because we get this teaser with this little girl and everything, and she goes downstairs. People are speculating, including myself, that it's Sienna, and we see Art the Clown have a Santa Claus costume on. She says Santa, and then at the end, it kind of almost makes you think he unalived the child. It's blood everywhere. He's eating a cookie and stuff like that. And I mean, if it's not Sienna, I definitely think that's going to be, that crazy moment everybody's being so controversial over and stuff like that. But, it's horror, man, at the end of the day. I definitely understand sometimes things can get like that. But I think that if it's Sienna, of course, it's not going to be that. But it does look like Sienna, possibly like a flashback and everything. And I've been saying, I think with Terrifier 3, we're going to get more knowledge and everything with, Sienna's father and Jonathan's father. We saw that he was an artist and he was very much interested in Art the Clown's character to the point he was drawing him in like, a book or whatever, and they see it. But we find out also that their dad was unalive because of a tumor. He had a tumor, so it wasn't Art unless it was some type of supernatural stuff where he ends up invading his brain or something. But it said, it was on paper as a tumor. But I think that we're going to get some type of flashback with her dad or something being involved, just because Jonathan and her kept bringing him up in Terrifier 2. We got Jason Patrick announced to the cast. He can play the father for sure. I definitely think that he can be someone that can be the father, Jason Patrick, but I can be wrong. And we got other, people, a part of the cast that can be their father. And we do hear a little bit about the Terrifier 3 plot out there in the community, and it's very interesting, being that Sienna and Jonathan lives with their aunt Margaret Florence, and her daughter is Antonella Rose, which is Sienna and Jonathan's little cousin. So I went and looked and checked a little deeper into this. So yeah, it definitely, with the cast, and we have these characters listed. So it's seeming that after the unaliving of their mom, Art the Clown with the mashed potatoes kill was crazy, but that they're going to live with their aunt and her daughter and everything. That's their little cousin. So later in this video, I'm going to get into more of the character details, but I think that actually seems that they can be true. Just take everything with a grain of salt. But yeah, especially after the events that happened in Terrifier 2, them going to live with their aunt, it seems to be, will definitely make a great story and just kind of continuing everything from Terrifier 2, maybe them recovering and stuff like that. But we also find out that Jonathan's going to be in college. We found out that Jonathan's going to be in college and everything with Terrifier 3. So this is going to be a very interesting story. Christmas and college, that's insane. And once we kind of push forward, I'll get more into something with the college that we've been hearing about. But yeah, I think that's automatically right there, a new character, Antonella Rose, and then an aunt. I'm pretty sure Art's going to be dealing with one of those people. But to get into this, I think that it's going to be a very interesting Terrifier movie, just off the fact that it's going to take place with Christmas, and we saw him with the Christmas costume. And then Damien's talking about on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, that basically one of the unalived moments in this is going to be the craziest kill. Like, it's going to be the craziest kill, like topping the hacksaw, the alley kill. All that is going to just be topped when it comes to Terrifier 3. How? I don't know, especially with that alley kill. Like, it was just unlimited. It was just unlimited. It will never stop. And they were really, that was right there in the theater. I'll never forget. It kind of, I don't, kind of gain a weak stomach when it comes to like gore and stuff like that. But with that scene, it was kind of like, okay, this is getting crazy, So to top that is insane. So I can't wait to see how he's going to top that. He really said that out of all the films, that Terrifier 3 will be the bloodiest and the goriest. So I don't know how he's going to do that. And he said they got a little bit more budget, a couple million, and helped them with the effects and everything. So I'm definitely happy they got that. I'm very excited for Terrifier 3. But to top those is insane. Like, I cannot wait to see what happens with this. And I just love how he's saying, it's going to be a Scream opening, possibly, or a one miss call. And we see that Daniel Roebuck is going to be playing Sienna and everything, and we saw some behind the scene photos. So everyone's like, yeah, he's unalived. We already know he's a goner, which I still think that he could be a goner for sure. We actually look on IMDb and we see that it's going to be another Santa playing Mall Santa, which his name's going to be Chip Carrier or Career, or maybe I'm butchering his name, but maybe it's just something to throw us off with Daniel Roebuck, and he actually doesn't get alone alive. It looks like he was like in a bar or something like that, but I can be wrong. Maybe that's the opening kill. Maybe he gets like a call or something, steps out the bar, and Art takes him out like outside the bar, and then he strips him or something. Maybe inside the bar. Art really doesn't care. So maybe he strips him outside the bar, take his costume, and then it goes from there. But that opening with him saying Scream and stuff like that, I definitely think is going to be interesting, because when you sit here and think about it, who's going to be on the phone? Like, if it's like a Scream opener, unless they're digging too deep, as Terrifier Scream fans, who's going to be on the phone to make the call? I mean, we did see that the pale girl, she has like voice manipulation. She can just have her voice as someone else. So maybe the pale girl makes the call, get them out there, and then Art unalives that person or wherever. It doesn't have to be Daniel Roebuck, as Santa. It could be like in the attic. It could be anywhere. It can be that teaser we got, Maybe Art takes out that kid's parents. Who knows? But that just gave me flashback vibes of Sienna. But I can be wrong. I've heard crazy theories out there where people saying that Sienna and Jonathan's dad is Art the Clown. Like,
you are the father.
The whole time, they were going through this story and all these loops and holes, and at the end we find out that actually is their dad. I would hate that. I just feel like it would just take away so much from Art the Clown. It just would make him like almost like a pointless character, but that's just my opinion. But we've heard also that possibly the backstory can be touched on with Art the Clown and kind of him being explained a little more, which I see why they're trying to do it, because he just dropped out the sky for real, but I wouldn't go too deep into explaining him. I always looked at Art the Clown like Michael Myers for real, like the mythology, just him being like a mystery and just coming out of nowhere with no motive. That's what makes him scarier. That's what makes people, more invested in that character, because we don't know where he came from. We just know that he is Art the Clown and he takes people out. See what I'm saying? So hopefully I don't go too deep, no backstory, nothing with Art the Clown. So we see what happens at the end of Terrifier 2 with Art the Clown and Victoria. We see what happens and everything, and with his head, very brutal scene. And it kind of made me start thinking like, okay, we saw what happened at the end of Terrifier 2 with Lauren Rivera. She actually gets injured when she's fighting Art, but she goes like this big tank of water and she like revives herself. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Like, maybe it's just something where they're having a connection, so I can kind of see why people are saying that little, father-daughter stuff, because it looks like they had a connection, because you sit here and see what happens in the asylum with Arth basically being rebirthed, and his head is out there and stuff. So I can't wait to see what happens next, unless they don't show it. Does Art escape the asylum? Chris Jericho, he actually works at the asylum, which I would love to see more of him and more dialogue. And I always said from that moment we see him working at that desk, just kind of speculating, like, what if Chris Jericho was like a Dr. Loomis character? Like, maybe he ends up, graduating to being a Dr. Loomis character where he knows Art, he knows what happened with that situation. He's telling people around Miles County, like, hey, remember Art the Clown? I was there. I remember what he did. I remember a lot of stuff, how he escaped and everything. I just want more Chris Jericho. I think it'll be crazy if you see him have a whole encounter with Art the Clown, being that he was a freaking WWE wrestler. But to push forward, I just was thinking about that, like, okay, so Art is really supernatural. I mean, Damien already touched on him being supernatural, but it's official now. Like, bro, he's about to get a whole nother body and some more shit. His head was took off his shoulders. So I want to see what that's about. I mean, you don't got to explain nothing. That'll make it even wilder. But when you sit here and think about it, it's like, damn, like, how does that, like, is this something where, like she rebirthed him, his life starts over, like, from a, I don't know, like from a kid or something? It's like he skips the kid years. I don't know. I just really want to know what happens with that. Like, basically, like, he's rebirthed. So is he like just, I'm new? Because in the costumes we see, they're very clean. It's nothing, weathered about him, bloody. He's a brand new Art the Clown. He even looks different a little bit in the face, if you ask me. But I definitely think it's going to be something supernatural explained in this, but nothing too supernatural where they're like messing it up or they're explaining too much. I think it's just kind of, you got to let us know something, not everything, just something. Because art, I love it though. I love I'm a big fan of Terrifier, man. I love the direction they're going, something new and something different. He is definitely one of my favorite slashers. I love Art the Clown. He's one of my favorites for sure. It's crazy seeing him start from 1, now 2, now 3, and the love they've gained through conventions. You know, the whole Terrifier team, just seeing how cool they are, and they deserve this, man. Seriously, like just seeing how they, you know, worked from beginning to end, bro, and now they have a slasher on their hands, bro. That's so cool, man. And now, you know, when you push forward with Terrifier and things like that, he is in them brackets. He in them brackets with Jason and Michael, and people compare him, man. And I'm gonna do some more videos on Art the Clown because he's a very interesting character, and I really do enjoy, you know, the brutality that comes with him. Him just being mute like Michael. He has so many different slashers in him, bro. It's insane, you know. So, yeah, pretty much that's what I think with Terrifier 3. But I'm about to get into some of these casting details, which are very interesting. So we have the character Gabby, who was played by Antonella Rose, and her character detail is 12 to 15 years old. Gabby is energetic, precious, sometimes sassy, and full of life. A young girl curious about the world beyond her peaceful suburban life. She is Sienna and Jonathan's cousin and idolizes Sienna like a big sister she never had. Support and lead. Then we have Jessica, 40 to the 50s, aka Aunt Jess. She's Sienna and Jonathan's aunt. She's smart, stable, and empathetic with the heart of a fighter, but unlike her late sister Barbara, she has a gentle soul. As wife to Greg, mom to Gabby, Jess is the glue that holds her small family together. Supporting lead. Greg, aka Uncle Greg, he is your all-American, everyone's favorite uncle type of guy. A solid, loving provider for his wife Jessica and daughter Gabby, the cool dad. He's a well-kept man with a strong athletic physique. Cole, 18 and 22 years old. Cole is Jonathan's college roommate, the cool guy to Jonathan's nerd, the bro. Cole and his girlfriend Mia have a big, loud energy where they are together. That can be magnetic or turn sinister and obnoxious. The roles require a shower scene of intimate nature and partial nudity. Mia, being the same age, Mia is Cole's girlfriend, a cute, fun, popular college girl with a bit of a mean streak. Mia and Cole have a big, loud energy when they're together and mag same thing, but hers require partial nudity, back, buttock, side. So basically, it's what we just talked about. These characters are the characters that we brought up with, you know, earlier with Jonathan and Sienna living with her aunt. And now we're finding out that they're going to have an uncle named Greg. So they're going to be married or whatever. So they're going to have basically full house family type of thing. They're very caring. So I can see them caring for Jonathan and Sienna after what happened to their mom, Barbara. So that definitely makes sense. But it's seeming that Jonathan's going to be in college. So maybe they help him with college stuff and things like that. And then we see these characters, Mia and Cole, they're dating, and Cole being Jonathan's roommate. So to be honest, I think what could happen is that maybe Jonathan steps out for something, maybe takes a walk. I wonder if he's still going to be interested in Art the Clown, how he was in Terrifier 2. I thought that was very cool, how he was obsessed with the legacy of him, the legend of Art the Clown. Pretty sure in this one, it's going to be very more popular just off the fact that it happened in Miles County, and it was already kind of nicking in the air when we saw Terrifier 2, but I'm pretty sure now it's going to be loud. And Sienna and Jonathan they're gonna be very popular and very known for that story, for them surviving. Maybe people think they're crazy, who knows, but pushing forward, maybe he takes a walk, and Cole and, you know, his chick Mia, whatever, they get in the shower, do what they do, and then they hear a door open. Just as something I think that Art the Clown do. They hear a door open, he creeps in, they think that it's Jonathan the whole time. Jonathan's long gone, and we see that actually Damien talks about on X or Twitter that, you know, he combined Scarface and Psycho. Like basically saying like the same thing he said with Scream and One Missed Call. So at first I'm like, Scarface, I don't get it. But when you sit here and think about Scarface and just think about Art the Clown, we did get like a Tommy gun scene in Terrifier 2 where, you know, the Clown Cafe, he has a Tommy gun. So I wonder, is it going to be something like Psycho related, like because of the shower with Mia and Cole, and then it's something Scarface related where it's say hello to my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. And you know, it's like, and Jonathan comes back and it's just shredded ground beef everywhere, if you know what I mean. I mean, Art the Clown is capable of a lot of things. I already talked about some of the speculated unalive scenes that could be in this. You know, people getting wrapped up with Christmas lights, being Christmas tree toppers, getting, you know, plucked up with the Christmas tree star, all type fireplace. Bro, it can be multiple things with Art the Clown. So overall, there's a lot of potential with Terrifier 3. This is one of my most anticipated this year. I cannot wait. I definitely think we're going to be getting a trailer soon, just off the fact my guy Michael Levy's project is up and, you know, coming here soon in August, being streamed. Definitely check that out. Got a lot of big hitters in there. But yeah, I definitely think that it's going to be somehow attached to that with the trailer, just because we're going to have 2 months left after that. So yeah, I definitely think we're going to be getting the Terrifier 3 trailer soon. And, you know, the first one was just a teaser for real, for real. It wasn't a trailer. So yeah, I definitely think we're due for a trailer. And yeah, man, this is everything I think for real with Terrifier 3. I think it's going to be a good story, very, you know, different from the other ones. Damien did say he's trying to go back to, you know, square one, just with that OG slasher feel from the first Terrifier. He's trying to bring that back to Terrifier 3. So I'm very excited to see what this whole team does with Terrifier 3 and just, you know, see some more Art the Clown, man, and get some more unallowed moments under his belt. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you all think about what I said with Terrifier 3 and what could potentially happen and what's going on with Terrifier 3. Definitely let me know down in the comments. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brandon now on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you all right there where it says subscribe next to it. Click join to become a member of the channel. I want you all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace. Until next time, guys.